Hey everybody, it's Dan, and I wanted to do a quick review of Grendel Black, White, and Red by Matt Wagner. And it's a really interesting book. It's got one of the greatest covers of all time. I picked it up at my local store. I got it for $10, and I mean it's kind of hard to find like off of eBay, off of any kind of online site like that. But it's not super rare. It's not super valuable or anything like that. But man, is it? It's something I've always wanted, and I just happened to walk in there on the way home from work, and they just had it buried deep in there. I think behind like Green Lantern, which no beef to Green Lantern, but I prefer Grendel. Anyway, it's a collection of short stories that take place before or maybe even partially during the main Grendel run of Devil by the Deed. So again, every story in it is maybe 4, 5, 6 pages long, and they're all illustrated by different people. We've got a Devil's Advocate. That's one of the stories. Art by Tim Sale. Devil's Mate. Art by Disraeli. I don't know how to say that. It's spelled D apostrophe Israeli. Okay. Devil's Toil by Devil's Toll by John Paul Leon. Devil's Tongue by Duncan Fegredo. Devil's Thrush by Ho Chi Anderson. And they're all wonderful stories. If I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably go with Devil's Advocate because it's the most it's the most Batman feeling one, and that's the greatest definition of Grendel. At least the Hunter Rose run is if Batman were a villain and not in some else world, because we've seen that before. But I mean, as if it was from the beginning, that's what he was intended to be, and it was done exceptionally well. So speaking of which, I'm going to pick up Batman and Grendel as soon as I can. But anyway, the book is wonderful. It's an A+. I can find nothing wrong with it, and maybe I'm being biased because I've been a Grendel fan since I was a kid, before I could even buy a Grendel comic, because my parents wouldn't let me. But everything, I mean, Matt Wagner's already a prolific artist, but him teaming up with these other people, and of course it's called Black, White, and Red because those are the only colors they use. And it's just amazing. It runs the gamut. The stories run the gamut from Grendel bullying a lawyer, a high DA, into doing his bidding, to all the way to Grendel, the entire issue just being him torturing a guy to find out information, and the story grows from there. So it all takes place in one room with flashbacks. And there's a story in here where which tells the story of Grendel leaning on a mob boss, taking him down kind of easily, kind of showing some mercy, and then the mob boss coming back, making the mistake of pushing back on Grendel, and then ultimately suffering the consequences for it. But each page is in big panels, maybe like 6 panels each, and each panel only has one word, and it's brilliant. I mean, you won't find a bad story in here. I would highly recommend picking it up, and I think there are other issues of this. I could be wrong, which goes to show my ignorance of it. But that's something other than the story and the character. That's something I love about Grendel, is how decentralized it is, and how it doesn't focus on one character. And it's kind of like an adventure. I don't know, it makes you feel like back in the day before the internet, when you had to track down things, and if you didn't know something, you just didn't know it. You were just dumb. You were just a dumb kid. And I don't know. These back issues are wonderful things, and I like some of the I just did King Grimlock, so some new stuff is good, but I mean, you won't find anything hardly like this anymore. This is a masterpiece in storytelling. Anything Matt Wagner does is top notch. So yeah, Grendel Black, White, and Red, get it. get it ASAP. Go to eBay, go to your local store, see if they have it, see if they can order it. Always support local as much as possible. Nothing against people selling things on eBay, but local stores need your help. If you like comics, you want to get comics, old and new, support local. All right, peace.